go, 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 go.
They may look like sports drills or some sort of game.
I can't see.
But really, these are drills for some serious safety rules.
Just like there's rules in school, there's also rules in life and rules on the road. And just reminding the students of those rules is important for their safety.
That's why the Safe Kids Coalition partnered with FedEx and gathered students from Bradley and Irving elementary schools in Derby in celebration of International Walk to School Day.
Every year, children are getting hit by cars, whether they're teenagers or they're young children, they're school-age children. Children are getting hit by cars.
The numbers are staggering. Annually, nearly 500 kids are killed in pedestrian crashes across the country. And according to the Yukon Crash Repository, so far this year in the state, there have been 862 crashes involving pedestrians of all ages.
We see this every day. As professional drivers with FedEx, we go out there and we're aware of the situations like that. So that's why we want to communicate and show the kids as much as possible how to be safe out there.
So they're teaching kids who are young, kindergarten, first and second graders, playing games to form quick reflexes and learn the basics while having fun.
We want children to pay attention. We want them to rely on themselves to watch the traffic around them.
If you can't cross at a light, then follow crosswalk signs and markings on the road. Then look both ways and put away any distractions like a cell phone before stepping out into the street. It's a goal any parent would want, teaching kids a lesson for a lifetime.
Above all else, the most important thing is safety and well-being for our kids. Kids need to feel safe 24/7, and not just in school, but outside of school as well.
In Derby, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News.
A study shows pedestrians involved in accidents are on the rise, including an alarming increase of pedestrian deaths by almost 50% since 2009. Hanna Mordoh has a closer look at the numbers here in Connecticut.
In Middletown, the roads are just as busy as the sidewalks.
I usually walk probably 5 days a week.
Marie Army says she's careful, but even these latest stats caught her by surprise.
I'm surprised. I mean, I expect a little bit of an increase, but not that much.
The study from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety shows pedestrian deaths have increased by 46% nationally between 2009 and 2016. According to the Yukon Crash Repository, so far this year in Connecticut, there's been 215 pedestrian crashes, 9 of them deadly.
It's terrible because it's something that could be avoided, and I mean, people are losing their life. They're losing their daughters, their mothers, their fathers, their brothers, you know, and that's lifelong. You don't get that back.
Just 2 weeks ago in Windsor Locks, police say a woman was hit by a car while trying to cross El Grasso Turnpike. She survived, but when the man driving the car got out to help her, he was also hit by another vehicle and killed.
He lost his life over it. I mean, something completely unexpected, times 2. So it was heartbreaking for everyone involved.
Researchers say an increase of crosswalks, well-lit areas, and sidewalks will help the situation. But pedestrians can play a part too by wearing bright and reflective clothing if walking out at night.
I do walk in the morning sometimes. I'll wear a brightly colored vest.
Tamba Marino makes pedestrian safety a priority, but the study says vehicle speed is a factor, and even cell phones are a part of the problem, but there's not enough data to make a definitive conclusion about that. Most of the pedestrian accidents are happening in urban or suburban areas, along busy roads away from intersections, and often when it's dark outside. Marino says people need to pay more attention.
I think that's a shame. I do think that it's both the pedestrians' faults as well as the cars. A lot of people just walk across the streets and don't look both ways, like we were taught when we were younger.
In Middletown, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Yes, transportation impacts all of us. That includes our wallets and business in Connecticut. So today, instead of baseball,
when we talk about the fan experience, that really starts with transportation.
Dunkin' Donuts Park was all about transportation. Even Connecticut's Department of Transportation Commissioner Jim Redeker took part in a panel discussion.
Starting on June 16th and from then on, you can get to the Argoats game taking the Hartford line. That's what's important to business.
The group talked about a vision of transportation transformation in the future. They celebrated last month's Drive Less competition, where more than 43,000 car trips were eliminated, and cited the Hartford line as the latest fruits of investment from the state.
Now we're opening the Hartford line, another significant investment, and we've already seen close to $400 million of economic investment along that corridor.
Plus, along with trains, the panel touched on other alternatives to driving, such as scooters or bicycles, and the possibility of autonomous vehicles in the future.
The autonomous vehicle program is really going to transform safety, and as we think about distracted driving, impaired driving, the accidents and pedestrian incidents just soaring, I'm hopeful that the benefits of the technology for autonomous and connected vehicles really hit safety first.
Redeker says autonomous buses could be a solution, and already bike lanes are being added to 94% of all repaved roads. But how do we pay for this? The commissioner says the state budget has increased transportation funding for the next 5 years, and future tolls are an option. So today's takeaway, that a home run for transportation is a win for all of us.
So everything with our fan experience, we want to make sure it's easy for our fans to whether buy tickets or get a hot dog, and the transportation needs to be easy.
In Hartford, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. It's the pain at the pump we all know too well.
Oh, these prices are sky high. We need to fix that.
What do you think of it?
I think it's crazy. But, you know, in between going to work and other stuff, you got to get gas.
That's a fact that makes living with these increasing gas prices harder to deal with.
That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of money.
Take a look at the numbers. According to AAA, the average price for regular in Connecticut is $3.15. A month ago, it was $2.96, and a year ago, it was $2.52.
Did you notice anything when you looked at the prices today?
Definitely over $3, which was surprising.
Experts at AAA say hold on to your wallet because they expect as we head into the summer, prices here at the pump will only continue to rise.
I see $3.17 for regular, and that's what I'm getting.
Last year, $2.50.
It's up a lot. They need to change it.
So why are prices so high? AAA says this might be one of the impacts of President Trump withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal and reinstating sanctions. Whatever the case, drivers here are fed up.
Lower prices, we need them.
Until then, AAA says shop around and hope for the best.
So you just deal with the prices?
You just deal with them. You got to. You got to. It goes ups and downs, fluctuates all the time. That's life, right?
In West Hartford, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News.